Hello guys and assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Hijabi on the Go. Today we'll be doing tutorials for two different hijab styles which are great for carrying on your workplace locations, as well as probably any other location that you might kind of feel right. Before I start the tutorials, I'd like to mention that everyone does kind of dress up differently when it comes to their workplace. It totally depends on where you work, what you do, and who you are interacting with. If you are interacting with clients and you are in the service industry, for example, you are a teacher or a real estate agent or someone who is basically dealing with people a lot of the time, then you definitely have to put a little more effort, because how you look will definitely influence how people perceive you and how they take away the whole experience of being with you, as opposed to someone who is working with relatively less people and is more on the work desk. Then you are kind of more liberated in that sense. Anyway, it's all up to you. Before I I don't want to push it down anyone's throat that this is exactly what is necessary for you. It's not necessary. It's totally up to you. Do what you feel is going to make you happy, more confident, and if you feel this is the style for you, go for it. So without further ado, let's watch the tutorial. So the first step to do your hijab would be to not have your hijab on and do your under hijab preparation. The first thing I do is first tie my hair in a ponytail using a very high quality headband. It should be something that's kind of fluffy, elastic, so that when you tie your hair up, it doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't feel stretched. The second step that I do is I put a clip or a volumizer under my ponytail, which is right there. And what this clip usually does is it supports the weight of the hair, so that if I'm wearing my ponytail and my hijab for, let's say, 10 hours throughout the day, I don't feel the weight of the hijab. In fact, it feels very, very light. Now the second step is then to wear a cap on top of your hair, so that the hair in the front kind of gets secured and none of it peeks through from the scarf. I usually don't wear this. It's called a ninja scarf, and I don't wear this under my hijab, but the reason I'm wearing it today is because I don't want my neck or my ears to be showing on the camera while I'm filming this. And the third step would be then to actually put on your hijab. So let's see how it's done. If I could categorize hijabs in two broad categories, they would be rectangular and square ones. So the rectangular ones can be basically draped around your head, while the square ones are usually doubled in order to create a triangle, so this was a square one which I doubled, and it looks like this right now. And it's very popular among Irani and Turkish people, and as well as Malaysian and Indonesian people. So the triangle kind of format is more popular in some parts of the world, whereas the other parts of the world have more of the rectangular scarves. For me, this is what I started with. So it's really simple. It's literally the easiest hijab style in the world. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting it smack in the middle of my head, and both the ends are meeting like here. I'll be looking in the viewfinder to be able to know what I'm doing, because I don't have a mirror behind the camera today. So what I'm doing is simply adjusting the position of the hijab so that it's not too forward and it's not too backward. What we want is a very reasonable amount of hijab to be, basically you could say, a safe way of doing it would be that it is in level with your forehead. And then I would take a very simple pin right there, and I'll show you up close as to how I secure my scarf using this pin. So my scarf is now secured. I'll tell you how it really was done if it's not still clear. I took the two ends of my scarf. I used the pin to pierce this double layer of scarf, and then I pierced it 2 more times in a zigzag motion. In this way, I'm able to really strongly secure this part of my scarf. And the next step would then follow, which is that you take one of the ends. It could be either the right one or the left one. For me, it's always the right one. So this is the part which should not be moving. It should stay here. And this part of the scarf goes right towards the back and is quite like tight over here. It shouldn't be choking you, but it should not be really loose, because that's gonna cause you problems later on. And the other end basically should not be as tight, because you want some drapey feeling right there. And if you have a beautiful scarf, you will definitely enjoy the drapes that it creates. So it shouldn't be this tight, it should be a little less tight, and this is what you want in the front of your scarf. Now I will show you at the back what is happening at the back. So this is the one which is the drapey part of the scarf, and this is the one which is tighter. So the longer part will come towards the shorter one, and I will be doing a double knot. And then this is going to happen. I hope that was not too much information. It's supposed to help you guys. And the one more thing that's going to help you is securing this scarf 2 more times in a way that it will be literally windproof, motion-proof, emotion-proof, any kind of factor external like you can think of has nothing on this scarf if you do it this way. Trust me. These are 3 more pins that you can use to further improve your experience with the silk hijab. The first pin will go here. So you see it's kind of becoming flubby. And what I'm going to do is just take this here, make it the way I really want it to be all the time, and I will repeat the same zigzag motion with my pin and secure it at the end. This scarf for me is perfect and it never moves, but if you feel that this the scarf that you're wearing can kind of fall on your face, which is a very usual occurrence for people who try to pull off silky or silk or georgette kind of or chiffon scarves, these 2 extra pins will definitely prevent that from happening. So this area is your front area where it's usually very visible. So you go towards the back of your scarf and put a pin here, and put a pin here as well. Ta-da! And no matter how much you shake, it's not gonna shake. You will shake, but nothing's gonna happen to this hijab style, which is really important when it comes to your performance at your workplace. And I'm gonna couple this scarf with a blazer. With my hijab fixed and looking really on point, and my blazer and my shirt and everything, I feel like I can do whatever I want to do, and definitely my hijab is not going to come in the way of anything. Now we're going to move on to the second style, which I personally prefer, and you guys might as well. So let's move on to that. The second hijab style requires you to kind of copy the same one as the first. You take a square hijab, you double it into a triangle and secure the scarf under your chin. Then you take one of the ends and put it towards your back. And taking a pin, you secure it at the back so it doesn't trouble you throughout the day. If you like, you can put that other end inside your shirt as well. Now, you're going to take the other end of the scarf and drape it on your body in a way that it falls in a very dainty way. And if you feel the corner of the scarf is kind of too long and is not going well, you can just fold it like this inwards and take a pin and pin it up to secure this end of the scarf. To secure this hijab further on, we can add a pin here and there as we did in the last style, and also you can add one pin here and one here so that the hijab does not tend to come here. This style is great when you feel like you need a little bit more coverage. I really hope that this video was useful, and if you need to know anything further on, do not hesitate to leave your comments below and I will definitely respond and inshallah make new videos for more styles inshallah. So until then, bye bye and Allah Hafiz.